Trip on the Fan.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
Pair of panties.
Would you be quiet, Rosie?
I'm Bill Zimper.
Scott Stapp and roll savior.
Gaze at a graveyard.
Listen up, the ratings just in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper, gang. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang.
Yes.
Boy, that is good news.
It is the 19th day of January. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Friday on the Power Trip Morning Show. Big show, of course, just like always, the crease. The crease is in the crease this morning. John Kriesel will be here. That's great. Can't wait to hear about his trip to lovely Jamaica. Look tropical and beautiful and warm. That's awesome. So he'll be here. No Mark Parrish today, but Marty Gillarnar will be here. And Charge playing the initials in Mark Parrish's place. So big day. Let's get her started. And it's Friday, you know. Here's Joe DeVito, comedy on a Friday morning. Now you, come on in. I'm glad you're here.
Right into the personal stuff. I'm a single guy. I'm single and I just turned 50, which means I'm ready to cut a deal. Maybe you have a nutjob sister-in-law you're trying to shove off on someone? I'll take a look. You know, whenever I say that, men laugh and women go, "What about Carol?" Every woman has a specific nutjob friend. They immediately think of their, single guy. Carol's due for release in a few weeks. What's the range on her ankle monitor? Please, I don't need help meeting crazy women. I've got that locked down. Trust me, I'm good. That's my core demographic.
Welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show. It's Friday, and John Kriesel's here, back from Jamaica.
Yeah, man.
Now, you weren't there very long, but that was pretty sick.
It was awesome. Very cool spot.
Must be nice. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah. Nice to get paid to go there, too.
Had you been there before? I can't remember.
No.
Yeah, and would you go back?
Yes. Yep. Airport is janks.
Well, yeah.
But that's how it goes. That's
Everybody trying to give you a ride? Everybody trying to sell you something, that kind of thing?
No, it's disorganized.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
And then since I'm not fully able-bodied, like I push my wheelchair through the airport. I travel alone a ton, so I have it down to a science. So I get to security to fly back, and they're like, "You need an escort because of your disability." And I was like, "Well, no, I'm pushing my wheelchair." They're like, "No, you need to go back to over here and get one, and then they'll push you through." And I'm like, "Okay." So then you go, and it's a person. Then you have to tip and fine. I don't care. But then you go through. They pile the bags on me, and then push me through. I had to go in a separate room and basically get my turd cutter played with.
Yeah. Did you really?
Yeah. I mean, they like swab stuff and just make sure I don't have explosives on me. And,
Oh, abadabba.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just a little peanut she was at that time.
She was, buddy.
Yeah. It was awesome, though. I heard some funny stories from some people at the resort. And, I think the best one, someone from the resort just was like, all right, they wanted to go off property and see. There was a nude beach next to us, too, which was funny.
Go on.
I tricked someone into looking when a guy was bent over.
Oh.
Yeah.
Movie duty.
Yeah. And then, but yeah, someone had said that they walked off property and just to explore, and someone said, "Hey, do you want some fresh lobster?" They were like, "Sure." And so they paid. This guy swam out, went to his trap, grabbed a lobster, started cooking it. And as they're sitting by the fire while this is cooking, they look over, and there's a good-sized gal getting the absolute coals poured to her.
Ooh.
And they were like, what's going on? And the lobster guy's like, oh, yeah, she paid somebody to do that to her.
Oh.
And it's in the open.
Whoa,
no big deal.
Whoa.
So she's paying for sex. Somebody else is paying for fresh lobster.
Yeah.
This is a full service
It is.
store here right on the beach.
Yeah.
They got anything you want.
Wait a minute. Women pay for that down there?
I guess.
What'd the guy look like?
Well, I think he had Thor's hammer.
Well, okay.
Never.
So, I mean, maybe that's why.
All right.
But yeah, there was that. And then they said shortly after, another woman was paying and went on a boat with 5 guys and was going somewhere to presumably get absolutely
I guess
devastated.
I guess my question is the same as everybody else in this group. They know they can just offer it, right?
Yeah, right.
Why are they paying for it?
Probably because they don't want guys like me.
Yeah.
Like my dad always said, never say no.
Yeah.
Because you might regret it someday. And you have to practice. So when you meet the one you love, you can blow the doors off. So
Right. I like that.
Your dad
reasoning.
practiced a lot.
he practiced a lot.
Did
a
he blow any
modern day
doors off?
philosopher.
He is, yep. Just a Socrates deluxe.
Wow, he should write a book.
He should. So yeah, it was. But yeah, the group I was with though, awesome group from all around the United States. I think we'll probably have some new listeners from around the country.
Nice. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, great
Right.
people at farm insurance people. So I learned a lot about crop insurance and how
hell yeah,
critical
man.
that is. And
Yeah. Sheesh.
yeah,
That
but fun.
saves a lot of people's family farms. That's for sure.
Sure does.
Sheesh.
Sure does. So yeah.
So you did not pay for intercourse or fresh lobster.
I didn't
Don't ask him
leave.
questions
I
you
didn't
don't
leave
know
the
the answer
property.
to.
You didn't leave the property.
Yep. And I've never paid for intercourse unless you count the dinner you buy beforehand.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh.
Yeah, good times, but good to be back.
So does it feel like you're, what's the word I'm looking for? Like when you go to a country for the first time, like you said, you'd never been to Jamaica and you're by yourself and you're there for 36 hours. Do you feel like that's a waste of a first experience? You know what I'm saying? Where you're like, you're not even truly immersed in it. You're in it and you're out. And you're like, I guess I've technically been to Jamaica, but I was barely there.
I suppose, but this you do because I flew into Montego Bay and then the resort was in Negril. So it's an hour and a half to 2 hour drive because it's one road. There's traffic. There were like 2 cruise ships in Montego Bay. So it was chaos at first. So I feel like I did get to see quite a bit and experience quite a bit. And the people are so freaking nice. Like legit nice. It's not, hey, how are you doing? It's a greeting.
Well, yeah, they'll bang you on the beach while their buddy gets you fresh lobster by hand. He'll swim out and get it.
Fair
They'll
point.
throw the coals to you.
Of course,
Fair
they're
point.
very generous people.
Wow.
Again, when your entire
impressed.
ecosystem is funded by tourism, right? When that's your plan, you got to be A+ when it comes to hospitality.
Yeah.
Some larger boned gals say, "Can we do this?" You got to throw the pour the coals to her, as you say.
Throw the boots to
Well,
her.
Sauce goes out and swims.
Yeah.
Man.
Not very far.
This is like the perfect job.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It is.
Yep. Which part would you like to do?
What do you think? I can't swim.
Oh, brilliant.
I'm just kidding.
I'm a pretty good swimmer, but I ain't touching a lobster.
Good point.
I guess I have to be with the big gal.
Don't call her that, dude.
Oh.
And by the way,
Wasn't that a good movie? Did you ever see that? The Colin Farrell movie, The Lobster? Was that you that saw that, Chris?
did I see it? I can't remember.
Somebody told me it was really
Mark
good. I
Rosen
never
here.
saw it.
I'm serious. I can't remember if I ever saw it.
It's the one where, I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't
no,
see it.
yeah,
I just remember
yeah.
it was a weird plot.
Yeah,
We're off track. Who
2015,
cares?
yeah.
I don't know. I'm just, I don't know. I'm thinking of a new career path.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're going to Jamaica soon?
Well,
I like
hang on.
making people
Let's
happy.
go full circle from about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I was going to rake beaches.
Right. So
Whoa.
you could rake the beach.
Yeah.
I'll swim out to the lobster and probably have to wear gloves because I'm not a man. And then Sauce, that leaves you.
You're doing the boots throwing?
Yeah, can he collect money? Can you
Yeah, I'll
collect the money?
collect the money.
I don't
Hold the
trust
money?
him with the finances. He can't do math.
We'll bring hot ass Randy to throw the coals to
Yeah,
random.
well, that ain't going to make us any money.
What are you going to do?
Stand around.
Oh, boy.
I'm raking the beach.
My wife absolutely does not believe that money was exchanged. She thinks that the Jamaican guy, the lobster guy, was joking. But Why would he? And he said $800 was the number he said, which is so expensive.
$800? Fuck, you got to go there.
See, that's the thing. If she's looking at a dude and dude's like $800, and then she looks at me, I'm like $35.
Right.
Yeah.
And just undercut the hell out of it.
So I suppose
by the end of it, I'm paying her.
could that be a lie? Maybe, but they witnessed the boots being thrown, so that wasn't a lie.
Specific lie.
Yeah, it was an exact dollar sign. Yeah,
I feel real good for that guy.
Hell yeah.
I feel real good for him.
That lady, Woodhawk.
I don't feel great for her.
I'm guessing he would.
Well, she's on vacation.
And she's got $800 to blow.
I mean, I guess we could say, but that might be her last $800. I don't feel great
And
for
you know
her.
what? That's
rock
fine.
bottom for her.
Yeah.
If that's what she wanted to spend her last day, I get it.
Yeah.
Listen, if I were a lady and, I was looking for, I'd pay $800 for it if it was good enough stuff. She ain't getting that at home.
And what I'm guessing too, based on the description of the situation, that the normal price was probably $400.
Oh.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what you're saying, see, here's the situation with our guy Hawk over there. He would have walked up to her, said, "Hey, you want to make the sex?" And she would have gone, "Yes." $800.
No, you'd say, "Yeah, man."
And he would have reached in his pocket, and she would have gone, No, I'll pay you." And he would have gone, "Oh, sounds
deal.
great."
So wait a minute, John. Just let me. And this might be a little bit of a double meaning, but just stay with me here for a second. So, are you just implying that when the guy swims out and grabs the lobster, you might be paying per pound?
Yes.
Got it.
Well played. That's a very kind way to put that, Corey.
Very kind. Very kind way.
Listen.
Got
So
it.
Hawk would. Oh boy.
Sounds like he'd get $70.
Oh,
Listen. I ain't judgmental.
no, you would.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel bad that she has to pay for it.
What if you get fired because you put the rake down to do your other job?
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
What if that's
maybe
part
I
of
needed
it?
to use the rake.
Yeah.
You don't like seafood, though, correct?
That's true.
All right. So I was going to say otherwise. You could rake the beach. You could get it on with plus-size females.
Ain't no problem with that.
My guess is you don't mind going in the ocean, and maybe you would be willing to swim out and go get a lobster, but you don't necessarily want to eat it. But again, you could do all these jobs.
I can do all these jobs, and I'm a decent swimmer. In all reality, I could swim out and grab that some bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm probably gonna need a little bath. You know what I mean? Like after, so I'm gonna do them in that order. I'm gonna be raking the beach.
Got it.
I'm gonna make sweet love.
Got it.
And then I'm gonna wash myself off in God's bathtub.
Yep.
What a name for a band.
God's bath.
Apparently, the water there was super warm too. The people that went in it.
It would be after I was done.
Oh my God, Hawk.
Well,
Interesting.
yeah. Well, that's.
What
I'm
a
glad.
trip.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm glad for her, and I'm glad she had the money to get what she needed, and she got her done. Good for her.
So you would go back as a family, even
Yes.
for a non-paid speaking gig? Just
Correct.
Go back and enjoy the beach.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And the water there is that turquoise, like perfect, beautiful. Yeah. The people were awesome. It was, just like anywhere. I like going to Mexico too. The airports always suck.
Yep.
That's just part of the deal.
It does seem always chaotic. I think you used the word chaotic, and that seems to be the right word.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yep.
Enough of this order.
Yeah.
We want chaos.
The driver's there, though, and it's on the other side of the road, too. And so getting into the van, I went to go into the van, and they're like, no, man, on this side. And I was like, oh, okay. And his, it was like a mail truck, essentially, because they were on that side of the road. And then as chaotic as it is, there is an order to it. And then I got back to Minnesota and just idiots in the left lane, not knowing what. And of course, at the airport, too, leaving where you pay to leave the parking ramp. Chaos. No one knew what's going on. There was someone who didn't know how to use the machine, so everyone had to back out of that lane and go. And I'm like, Jamaica had an order to it.
Yeah.
The U.S. has an order that no one knows how to follow. So, yeah. Yep. Good to see you guys, though.
Good to see you, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, good to see you, buddy boy.
All right, initials game $4.99 today at 8:15. $4.99. Paul Charchian in the place of Mark Parrish, who's working at the NHL Network. He'll be back next week for game 500. So Marnie, Sauce, Hawk, and Charch at 8:15 with $57,000 on the line for the St. Paul Federal Credit Union Initials jackpot. Just $57K, no big deal. But more of the Power Trip Morning Show before, after this.
Dropping the bomb on my street. Come on, baby. Oh, get in the road. Come on now. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Friday morning, everybody. Welcome. 6:49. I'm sorry, 5:49. Don't freak out. 5:49. Yes, you're on the East Coast. That's what I was talking about.
I heard you crying loud.
So I'm sure that everybody talked about it on the station all day yesterday, but the speakers over here don't work in the studio. So I have no idea when my mic's on and when it's not anymore.
Oh, boy.
And it's a freak out, man.
Yeah, it's tough.
Well, don't get lonely now.
Are they fixing that at noon for you
I
guys?
sure hope so. I sure hope so.
That's
That'd be
unnerving.
good. Yeah, it is. Because that's if the speakers aren't working, that means your mic's on. So you feel pretty good about if the speakers are working, that you aren't going to say the wrong thing and be heard on the air. But when it's not working at all, it's a guessing game. It's a guessing
To be
game.
escorted out of the building.
Yep. Then you're
Whoops.
And I hope it would be a good one. Like
Yeah, you got to get your money's worth.
Yeah.
Right? Chad's been telling us for over 2 decades. You can say anything on the radio once.
yeah,
yep.
Anything.
yeah.
Once.
I've
You
been
better
listening
make it count.
I was 18, and I'm 53. How many years is that, Cory?
What did you say, 18?
Yeah.
So then 35.
35 years I've been doing this. I hope I don't go out with some slur.
Right.
It's a great career.
That'd be
And then
an
he was
odd way
telling
to
a
go.
joke and then trying to make Max laugh, and that was
Yeah.
it. They escorted him out of the building.
Yep. Now he's in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for him.
Working
Paying
on the
for
beach.
sex.
Hey, look at here.
Hey, Kreese, you were tweeting about something that made me think, is a couple of people in your comments brought up a point that I've never understood either. You said that when you landed, that the pilot said you were 5 or 10 minutes early, and then when you got to the gate, there was another plane that was already there, so you had to wait for that plane to leave the gate, right?
Right.
And then somebody in your comments brought up the question that it's got to be an obvious answer. I just don't know what the answer is. I don't know the aviation industry well enough. Somebody said the most frustrating part about that is when you're waiting for a plane to leave the gate so you can get to your gate, there's 17 empty gates. Mm-hmm. Do any of you know why that a plane can't just say, hey, we're switching gates and now we're going to pull into gate E5 instead of E7 because there's no one there?
Well,
Why can't you just go to a different gate?
Stuff is pre-planned, but specifically yesterday we had to go to one of the international gates because you have to go through customs. Mm-hmm. And so even if there's empty regular gates, because I think we were like G5, so there was
but aren't there multiple international gates? There has to be one that's open.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So I couldn't see out the window directly like ahead. We were on the ground for 5 to 7 minutes. Became close to an hour until we got to the gate. So it was it was very similar to the 2 weeks to flatten the curve kind of thing, where it's like, okay, 5 to 7 minutes, but it's not the pilot's fault, and he's on there going, I'm very frustrated too. I'm starting to lose my patience or whatever, and it just sucks because you can't get up to go pee or anything,
right?
Or deuce if you have to deuce.
It's almost like, you pull into a parking lot and there's some spaces. Just park in any of the spaces. I don't understand why you can't do that. Somebody
I'm
that
sure
knows.
there's a reason.
There has to be a reason.
Yeah, I mean,
and
obviously, but...
And,
tweet at us.
Yeah, tell us the
somebody
actual
knows.
reason.
Because that one, I'm not sure.
Snoop Dogg explains why he declined $100 million OnlyFans offer to pull that thing out.
$100 million.
That's what he says here. I'm going to guess he's exaggerating. Let me see.
He might not be.
Yeah.
I would be helicoptering
Right.
for $100 million.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. There's
Dignity is not
Sauce,
worth that much.
How much would it take for you to take it out and for the entire world to see? 100K?
Sure.
$50,000.
No, 100K is my bottom line.
So any number I ever throw out, the first offer is always your absolute bottom.
Yeah.
So if I had said 300,000, you would have said, sure.
Sure.
What about 100K?
No, that's my absolute bottom.
What, 300K?
Sure. Hawk?
You really would for $100,000?
Sure.
I don't think you would.
Hawk, for $100,000, would you show everybody in the world your penis?
Well, half the world's seen it.
Here, do it to me. I know. Go ahead.
Cory, for $100,000, would you show the world your penis?
I'd have to go to the ATM first.
I should have thought of that. Sorry.
Best comeback of all time. I love that.
I'm reading the story. I'm
I
sorry.
know. The first time you did that, though, it's left. Hey, Hawk, would you bang a sea creature for $2,000? I mean, I think that's above my limit of my ATM. It's such a great line. It's so good.
While appearing on Wake and Bake, Snoop explained that OnlyFans itself reached out to him. They got at me when one of them little girls made $20 million on there, the singer explained. They were like, OnlyFans wants you to come on there, Snoop. You could do that.
And then they want him to appear on the website.
Yeah, so they weren't offering him $100 million. They were saying, if you come on here, you could make $100 million just by pulling your thing out.
They think. So it wasn't a $100 million guarantee. It was a projection. We bet you could probably make something like that.
Because then he's doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing it for $100 mil. You'd be insane not to.
Well, because they ain't enough. I don't know how much money you have, but $100 million is good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
If you're Elon, you don't need $100 million. Everybody else does.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, Snoop. I wonder how much Snoop has.
About 9 inches, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
At least.
It's got to be
Is that what you
huge,
meant?
right?
I meant money, but
okay.
Sure.
All right.
I wonder how much he has.
I don't know.
But he's been a thing now for 30 years. Touring for 30, recording albums for 30, movies for 30, TV shows.
160 million. That's what it says.
That's the Forbes guess.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
who knows if those are
another
accurate.
100 million? I mean,
yeah. Of course he would.
And think, too, if that's all right, now you're going to lose other opportunities because of it, because now you've crossed over to the greasy side of things.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. See you later. I don't need those opportunities.
Yeah, right.
I can just ride off in the sunset with my elephant trunk.
Yeah, because it's huge.
It has
that's
to
the
be.
thing. I think for 100, and again, we've discovered it's not a real offer, it's a guess. If it's a real offer and you're not willing to do it for $100 million and your total net worth is $160 million, you got a little ding dong. And you're not willing to show it to people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a secret you got to keep if you're Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because every one of us thinks he's got a giant creature
correct.
down there.
If
right?
he's in the thumb club, he's got to keep that a secret.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm speaking as somebody who has experience here.
Or I heard that.
Or let's go a little bit bigger with Kriesel's take. Let's say he has massive equity in like Adidas or something, right? Let's say it's like a Kanye deal.
Yeah.
And there's a clause in the contract that says if you do A, B, C, or D, your contract is void, right? If his equity in a major company is worth more than $100 million, even though he doesn't have it now, and you can't risk losing that, that's the other out.
Right.
I don't think Snoop has that, but who knows? I don't know what he has.
It's the size of his wiener.
Maybe Solo Stove.
It just is.
Maybe Solo Stove was
that's
like,
right.
listen.
Goes smokeless.
Yep. And I did get an answer to the gate question.
Go
it's
on.
staffing. They can't shift gates on the fly because the crew on the ground. So directing the plane and shifting people over to that gate is more time consuming internally. So it's a staffing issue.
See, again, this is where I don't understand that because it seems like, all right, there's a couple of people working the actual gate. They can walk down the hall.
That's what I would.
The people that are waving the lights, can't they just walk two gates down and
they
then
must be
lead
standing
the
there
way?
waiting on that other plane to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They aren't doing anything, I would guess.
Trust me, I'm saying what that person just said, I'm sure is 1,000% correct. Still doesn't make sense to me,
Yeah,
but whatever.
Yeah, like
I don't get it.
you gotta move the stairs over or whatever the thing is, you know?
Yep.
You gotta
The jet away.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure, like you said, I'm sure that's the truth. I think I could find a way around that if I had to.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Or just let that slide out, and I'll do some walking in this joint.
I gladly, after 30 minutes, would have slid down
Damn right.
an inflatable slide.
Looks fun anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah. That'd be great.
All right.
Sauce, how much to go down the slide? $50?
Sure.
Would you do it for 40?
Oh,
You didn't do it.
I'd get paid? Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I didn't do it the first time either.
Yeah, it's all right. I was reading a story.
What were you reading?
No, I wasn't.
It was about penises.
Yeah. SnoopsPeepee.com.
Anthony Edwards says Kyle Anderson told him he's playing like a scrub.
What?
Is that a good thing?
No.
I don't think so. I don't want no scrubs. I believe it was
TLC.
A line that Michael Keaton said
Listen,
in the
guys,
film
you guys
The
get out
Other
there and
Guys.
solve this case. I don't want no scrubs.
Brilliant. I've never seen that movie. I've only seen the Dirty
man.
Mike's part.
Dude, you should watch it.
Dude.
It's very underrated.
Is it really?
The Other Guys?
The Other
Haven't seen
Guys
it.
with
With-
Will Ferrell and Marky
Wahlberg.
Mark.
It's so stupid, but there's so many good lines.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, the
And the
Dirty
fact
Mike
that-
and the boys.
And the fact that Michael Keaton, the whole movie, quotes TLC lyrics, but claims to have no idea what everybody else is talking about. He, like, don't go chasing waterfalls. And they're like, you keep doing it.
Yeah,
And he doesn't understand why they keep accusing him of stealing TLC lyrics.
I honestly,
Michael
Sauce,
Keaton's
I am
great.
jealous of you because
You'll
it's
love it.
great, and I guarantee you will love that. I have no doubt that you're going to come in here and go, "Oh, this is so great!"
All right.
The bit when they talk Will Ferrell into doing his first desk pop.
I know.
That
It's the
bit's
best.
great. When Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg are arguing about whether or not a lion could beat up a tuna in the middle of the ocean.
So great.
That bit's great.
It's just
very
wonderful.
underrated. And I got hate mail for this, but at one point, and it's fine. They make a very funny suicide joke. Nobody thinks suicide's funny, but that movie found a way to make it extremely funny.
All
Not
right.
easy to do.
No.
Chris agreed, right?
I don't remember that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I don't want to spoil it for Sauce.
You mean
Not
the two main guys?
exactly. Yeah, in the first 12 minutes of the movie.
See, I wouldn't say that's what that is. I would say that's them being dumb. They didn't think they were doing that.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, see that? Oh.
I know,
I always thought that
Yeah.
that was the bit that, like, well, if we f this up since we failed, we might as well just end it.
Oh, no. They thought they were going to be able to make it. They were super people, so they thought they were going to be able to do it and not get hurt.
All right, that you could argue that as well. That's
Yeah.
fair. Either way, Sauce,
the-
you would love it.
The Dirty Mike and the Boys is one of the funniest movie
That's
scenes
why I
of all
can't believe you've
time.
never
Yeah,
seen it.
you should watch it. Dude.
I
You'll like it. It's a good hour and a half.
laughed till my stomach hurt.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Then watch it tonight.
How
Trust
you
me.
fellas doing?
Hey, you fellas doing? We're about to get it on.
We're about to have a nice little screw party in this year Prius.
Wait a minute. Are you Dirty Mike and the Boys?
Hey, wipe your... Yeah.
He's on to us.
It's worth your time.
Rub your D words on the car as you walk by. It's great.
Front page sports in a second. John Kriesel is here. Marnie later. Charts later. We'll play initials at 8:15. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
I'm feeling like a dog in heat. Barred indoors from a somber street. I locked the door to my hotel and I lost the key. But my midnight prayers behind eyes said me away to
The Fan.
Guys, the new Green Day record came out today.
Sweet.
welcome to my
It's my favorite since American Idiot.
Really?
Top to bottom, it's a great record. This is a song about addiction and not being able to stop, which Billy knows something about.
Is he clean now? I'm guessing.
For the moment, yeah, he's trying.
Good.
Sounds like Green Day covering a Weezer song.
Dude, I'm going to tell you, this whole record is so good. It's just top
This
to
is a
bottom.
great song.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
to my nightmare where dreams go to disappear. Sit around in rehab, feeling like a lab rat. Strange days are here again, and it's getting weirder. Yes, to all my problems, I just wanna drink a poison. I was never now done again. I'm in trouble and in love again. I don't wanna be a dead man walking. I don't wanna be a dead man walking.
I know, man. It's a good record.
That's a very good
Honestly,
song.
It's
it
a
is,
good
dude.
song, man. Yeah.
It is. It's top to bottom. A really, really, really good record. I heard Billy Joe on with Mark Maron on his podcast yesterday, and I was like, all right, I'll give the new record a try. I love Green Day, and I'm really glad I did, man. Really, really good. Whole thing's out now. But we got to do sports.
All right.
Time now for Front Page Sports, presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Holiday Station Stores. You can get Celsius at Holiday if you need a little pick-me-up this morning. If you want to wake up, you can get some Celsius energy drinks at Holiday. You buy 2, you get 1 free. The 12-ounces, the 16-ounces. They have an exclusive flavor at Holiday. It's called Fruit Burst. Do that today. Buy 2, get 1 free at Holiday. Celsius.
Hell yeah. That stuff's the best.
Go for it. The Minnesota Timberwolves continue to be the best team in the West. They won 118-103 over the Memphis Grizzle. That is their 4th straight win. The Wolves are up to 30-11. The Grizzlies fall to 15-26 and had 28 points, 26 of those in the second half. He also had a highlight reel dunk where he threw it to himself off the backboard and slammed it.
That was unreal.
Yeah, it was sweet.
The Wolves lead the West by 2 games over OKC, 2.5 games over Denver. And speaking of the Thunder, the Wolves host the Thunder tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So the 2 best teams in the West square off tomorrow.
Sucks that it's during football.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
And especially the Packer game. Those 2 teams are great, man. We were talking off the air, that Thunder team is loaded, and they did like the process bit that the 76ers did, except they've hit on almost every draft pick they've taken. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a top 7 player in the league. Chet Holmgren is going to be the rookie of the year. Josh Giddey may be a weirdo, so we can leave him out of it. But they are a very good team, and they have a ton of first-round picks. This is going to be a sweet matchup for hopefully a long time with these 2 teams.
Hey, Chris, take a shot at this one.
Okay.
On DraftKings, who is second to win NBA Coach of the Year?
Finchstog?
Chris Finch.
Yeah.
The only person in front of Chris Finch to win NBA Coach of the Year is the head coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Tom Landry?
Tom Landry. But Finch is second at plus 250.
Peter North is third.
He is?
Mm-hmm.
How about this? This is for John and for Sauce before Chris answers. The favorite to win NBA Defensive Player of the Year on January 19th is minus 320, right? Huge favorite right now to win NBA Defensive Player of the Year. If I tell Hawk that that the person is a member of the Minnesota Timberwolves, can he guess it within 2 guesses? We give him 2 shots. Can he do it?
I think so.
Within 2?
I think so.
Sauce, yes or no?
No. No, he can't.
I don't think he can either. If you would have said yes, I would have bet you a Caniac.
All right, I'll say yes.
You'll say yes?
Yeah, just to gamble, yeah.
Caniac?
Yes.
All right, Caniac. Hawk, you get 2 shots. Defensive Player of the Year on DraftKings is?
Rudy Gobert.
God damn it.
Yeah! Take that, Steve.
We talk about them a lot more now.
I just was hoping he was going to say Edwards and Cat and just forget that Gobert was a thing.
Yeah, don't test my Timberwolves knowledge. I'm a basketball guy now. I watched the Gophers game last night.
Yeah, we can get to that in a second, but that didn't quite go our way.
It didn't, but there for a minute, man.
They battled. They covered.
They were giving them all they had for a while, but then they just started missing shots. And I don't know a thing about basketball, right? I don't know a thing. But when players miss free throws at that amount in important parts of the game, I'm like, come on.
And the Gophers for years have.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It's like a thing?
Yes.
Just a weird thing, right?
So
but
frustrating.
it's a lot of pressure that I obviously can't understand. But holy moly. It's like, oh, man, that wasn't the reason we lost, but still.
The Tampa Bay Lightning whooped the Minnesota Wild 7-3. Gustafsson just 31 saves on 38 shots faced. The Wild led 1-0.
They did?
And then that was pretty much it. The Tampa Bay Lightning scored 3 in the second, 3 in the third. Kucherov had 3 assists. That's now 500 for his career. He leads the league with 75 points. Tampa Bay's won 4 straight. The Wild continue to fall apart. They are at Florida tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.
So I watched a good amount of that game. It was
We're
on
sports guys. Look at us,
ESPN
man.
Plus.
We're just sports folks.
That Tampa team, and this is where Perry would either correct me or say I'm 100% wrong or say that I'm right. That Tampa team.
Or say that you're half right.
Or say that. Either way, that Tampa team just lays in the weeds. That is a monster of a hockey team. They kind of just turn it on and turn it off whenever they want. That game got a little bit close. I think it wasn't it like 4-3 at one point? And they just put the pedal down and just ran right over them. That's a different hockey team. Now, I need them to get in the playoffs for my core versus the 4 bet that with Parrish's bit. But yeah, that's a good hockey team. The Lightning and the Wild are free falling. They've lost 9 of 11. Did you say that?
How long are you going to talk?
You know
The next
what?
home game
I'll
is
talk as long as I want.
Washington.
I thought Rosie was here.
Oh, I can't talk that long. Great hockey team.
Well, much like Chris's joke, I would say talk that long about things that you know.
Oh,
I don't know anything about anything.
Oh, that is a fantastic point.
Yeah.
What if somebody said, Sauce, give a TED talk later today where you have to do 15 minutes on something that you're a quote expert on? Would it be Madden? Honestly, what would it be?
Cthulhu.
You have to truly give people a ton of information.
can I make a suggestion?
Oh, no.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Things Randy says.
Yeah. I could do 25 minutes on that.
Not just 15 minutes of what bands your friends like.
Yeah. The
Who
draft.
loves them? Garlar.
The draft.
15 minutes on the NFL draft?
Yeah.
What would you talk about?
The draft.
But I mean, what about it?
How cool it is.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about things that you like. 15 minutes of expertise. What would you say in those 15 minutes that would be informative outside of just the draft is fun? I like the draft. I'm looking forward to the draft. It'll be fun.
I don't think I have anything I could speak 15 minutes on.
That is a correct answer.
Well, no, I could. The love of my wife. Boom.
Were you trying to say the love of my life and you misspoke?
It's more likely.
Yeah, so of that 15 minutes, so when you say the love of your wife, you're describing her love of you?
Or who she loves?
Or, yeah. I mean,
don't like
in my
this
first
game.
marriage, I could have talked for hours in that regard, Chris.
The Wild did announce that Captain Jared Spurgeon will miss the rest of the season with back and hip surgery. He's expected to be ready for the next season.
Here's Dean Evison, by the way, after last night's game.
Wow.
Yeah, it worked for a couple of weeks with John Hines, and then the roster kind of surfaced.
I think we need to get the Ray from Trailer Park Boys
Yeah.
way she goes. That needs to be loaded into the system.
Yeah, because that's how this is going.
Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't go.
Who is that?
Tommy.
Oh.
Kirk Cousins said, quote, I'm not going to turn down an opportunity to play with a future Hall of Fame coach, but we'll have to see where March leads. That was in response to being asked about potentially teaming up with Bill Belichick, potentially in Atlanta, where Belichick is about to interview for the second time with Arthur Blank. This one's going to be one-on-one. A lot of people think Atlanta's where Belichick's going to end up, but they have everything but a quarterback. And when you have, I don't know how old Arthur Blank is, but he looks
80.
pretty old. He's 80. So when you have an 80-year-old owner and Belichick, the clock's ticking, right?
Yeah.
Whatever job he takes, my guess is it's 5 years or less. He doesn't have time to draft one of these kids in this draft and hope that it works or wait. Right? He wants something now. And the only one that's really available right now is Kirk.
But bitch, you can't have no coffee.
So we'll see. But he didn't say,
Yeah.
quote, it's just a lot of unknowns right now. So he didn't say, I'm out of here. But
Right.
again, Kirk's so smart. It's all leverage. Just the fact that he's even threatening to say, hey, that's a fantastic opportunity down there. Hey, that's a pretty girl down there.
What's their cap situation for next year?
$37.5 million.
They wear
And they could
branded
move
bills.
around some stuff. There's some. The Saints
yeah.
have been over the cap. They've been like $100 million over the cap at times before the year, and they somehow. Now it's
Yeah.
not like they've gone deep, but
Yeah, wash your ass.
We
those are
learn this
funny.
every year, though. All those numbers can be moved, right?
yeah.
They can always get creative. So if you can say, well, there's only 37.5, Kirk's going to want more than that, they'll find more space.
Yeah,
they will.
Some of these a lot of their money is in their offensive line. They can easily move that into signing bonuses.
My biggest fear is that, all right, the Vikings say, okay, here's what we can offer you. And it's an okay amount, and he wants to be here, but another team comes in and doubles it and adds an extra year or two of guaranteed money on there where you cannot pass it up, where it would be stupid to pass it
That's
up.
Atlanta.
That's probably Atlanta.
That's Atlanta.
There inevitably, there will be a team or two that comes out of nowhere and makes an offer.
And the other thing is, you just said, Cory, with the young quarterbacks, Atlanta's also in the situation where they have the 8th pick that's not going to get you one of those top 3. You'd have to move up.
Right.
And the whole thing, as Cory said, they're old men. They're not waiting.
The time is now.
What is Belichick, 8 wins away from passing Shula? Yeah.
I think 12.
The pieces are in place.
They are.
I don't know. It does feel like it's either Kirk to Atlanta or Kirk stays here, right? Because that's the only situation that makes a ton of sense to bail on.
Well, Pittsburgh.
What about Pittsburgh? Exactly.
But are they as explosive on offense as Atlanta? I don't think so.
I think a big part of their problem is quarterback. They have receivers.
The lineup in Atlanta is more attractive to me than Pittsburgh if I'm Kirk. I feel like he's either going to Atlanta or staying here.
You can play indoors, and B, you play in one of the worst divisions in sports.
Yeah.
What really matters is next. This is the Power Trip Morning Show with John Kriesel on the Fan.
Fan.
Classic 2-minute Green Day song from the new record that came out today. This has the S word there, and I forgot to beep it, so I talked over it.
Perfect. So there's some fun stuff on there.
Oh, yeah, man.
Because I really like old Green Day, and so what I don't like is when they try to change too much just for the sake of changing. Go with what works.
All right, should we do what really matters?
Yeah, I want you to hear this chorus. This sounds like an old Green Day song to me.
Maybe I got terminal vertigo. I defy the science of a missing link. Oh God, I think I'm gonna lose my skull. I said, look, Mom, I ain't got no brains. I'm a daughter, and I don't feel no pain. I'm stupid, and I'm all by myself. 'Cause I'm special, and I don't need your help.
Yeah, good stuff. I like it.
That's what really matters, right?
Thanks, dude.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. What haven't we talked about yet? Let's go off the board a little bit here. The NFL Scouting Combine is staying in Indianapolis through at least 2025.
Why don't we go to that, Saucy?
I would love to.
Yeah.
I don't think, and I could be wrong,
Yes, sir.
but I don't think you and I could watch the drills.
That guy's getting paid $800. I don't think he's going to mind us.
Oh, brilliant. I know they have fans in, so maybe I'm wrong, but it used to be where they no media.
I'm not a fan, man. I'm a media guy.
Yeah, I bet we should go. It's the PA shows that him and Charch and Nordo do are awesome. Yeah. I love that inside radio or inside football bit. I love that stuff. The combine is awesome. I love it.
Some
I watch
people
a lot.
like Jerry Jones want to take this thing on the road, just like the NFL draft. But so far, the Scouting Combine going to stay in Indianapolis for at least the next 2 years.
I mean, they got the facility to do it over there, right? In Blaine? Not Blaine.
Egan,
yeah. They could do it over there.
Well, so on ProFootballTalk.com, they basically talk about that, this is not necessarily for the fans, that the Indianapolis setup is perfect with the hotels, the meeting rooms, all these different things. Everything they need is right there within walking distance, so the coaches don't have to commute. So I think maybe it was Florio, was basically arguing you would have to find a setup that's at least this convenient to even open up to the idea of moving it.
What about Detroit, Hogs?
Detroit, let's see.
There's hotels down there.
Yeah, but there aren't a lot of surrounding the building. You know what I mean? Like there's casinos, there's restaurants. I think there are 2 hotels that I can think of, but they're both connected to casinos. I don't know. Indianapolis is perfect for it. It really is. I mean, that's
so
what they keep saying.
Why change it if it's like you said? It's not
especially
like the draft where it's for fans.
Exactly. If you could have 60,000 people watching the combine, I don't know if we could get 60K to watch grown men run, but maybe you can. I don't know.
I believe the draft is in Detroit this year.
It is. Yeah,
in Green Bay next year. Is that right?
You are correct. The other bit too about the combine is a lot of the high-end quarterbacks don't throw in it because they wait for their pro day. So that's something that, if you're going to get Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels and Drake May to throw, that's interesting, but they sell a lot of ads and a lot of people watch it on NFL Network.
What really matters, though, is this.
The most widely printed book in the world is the catalog for IKEA.
Really?
Yeah. IKEA has over 200 million copies of the catalog circulated annually.
Wow.
It's a lot.
Jeez.
That's a lot.
Jeez.
I've figured
Man, how can they afford
online.
that?
I haven't looked
Right.
at a catalog
Yeah.
in a long time. Although this year, though, in the lead up to Christmas, I think Amazon and I think Target sent one. And it was great because Chloe could go through it and circle things she wanted. She circled everything.
God,
Yeah,
did we love
yeah.
that as a kid. Huh?
Yeah,
And
the
it-
best.
So that part of it was kind of a nice throwback, but it made sense too. I wouldn't want to give an iPad and go scroll through this and
Right.
see what you want.
Yeah.
So for IKEA, though, it's adults.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know what's weird
I would
about
look online.
about the allure for our generation and beyond of catalogs is for initials, I use shipping boxes from Uline. So as a quote Uline customer, I get shipped their
yes.
catalog. Crazy thick catalog.
Yes.
And I only need it for one thing, just shipping boxes, right? It's simple. There's nothing for me to think about. I just get the right size boxes. The catalog is 2 inches thick. And there I am thumbing through it, looking at things I will never buy, never contemplate,
Right.
0% chance. I don't need it. But I'm just going, what else do they get?
That's cool.
I get that same thing, and I've
Why
never.
do I do it?
I've
Right.
never purchased
Yeah.
from them, but as a business, it shows up says still standing, LLC, whatever, and it
I
it
don't
is
know why
thicker
it's
than
fun.
the Bible.
Yeah, and it's just fun to kind of thumb through it and see what they got.
I get the catalog from Sex World. I've never bought anything.
Yeah.
I keep saying
You're
I
the
don't
kind
know
of
why
guy.
I get this.
You're the kind of guy they should send every catalog to.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You're the one that
Yeah.
would actually buy
Yeah.
stuff from the Uline
Yeah.
catalog,
I would.
even though you're not shipping much.
I like supporting American industry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is it my turn or your turn?
Yours.
Yours.
Tomorrow, first game, Texans at Ravens on DraftKings. The Ravens are 9.5-point favorites. Kreese, what side do you like?
I think it's going to be relatively close. The Ravens are just a very, very, very good team. So gun to my head, though, I would lay the 9.5. I'd take the Ravens.
No. What really
Same.
matters is this.
Pineapples are named after pine cones, mainly due to the similarity of its spiky skin.
Oh. Pineapple's great.
Show is
Yeah, it's very good.
with some tahini on it.
Is that spicy stuff?
It's not spicy. It's just got it. It's that orangish little sprinkles. It's so good.
We've learned on the Power Trip in the last week and a half, sauce is very anti-spice all of a sudden.
Okay.
But I'm not anti. Not everything, like Charch's bit about Oreos. We don't need 70,000 flavors of Oreos. Not everything needs a spicy version. Things can be spicy,
I
sure.
love spice.
Sure.
My anus does not. But
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Brother. Mine, I like
Yeah,
spaghetti.
listen to the Hulkster. Yeah,
once I hit
not
40,
everything
my
needs a
body's
spicy
going on
version.
strike.
Like those Thelma's ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah, brother.
They're a 100 out of 10.
Yeah.
But they have like a cayenne pepper one.
Oh, that's
I don't need that.
Well,
No,
then
no, no.
don't
likes
buy it.
Somebody likes it.
It's like I was at Target yesterday with my kiddo and we walked past the Pop-Tarts and there's 47 different flavors and I think I wanted 44 of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Variety is the quote spice of life.
Sure.
Yes.
It's
but
right in that phrase.
Not everything needs a spicy version of it,
probably
is all I'm
does.
saying.
What if it does?
Your
Maybe it
T-words
does.
do.
Oh, my T-words can get spicy. You've
they
seen
got
them
it.
spicy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What's a kind of a chip or snack that you like a spicy version of? Give me an example.
I don't think I like any kind of spicy chip.
What?
What do you like spice on then in general?
I like hot sauce on like breakfast food.
Your scrotum.
But yeah, my scrotum.
Yeah, he does like that.
What?
He does.
Does my dad like hot sauce, Hawk?
If I tell him to.
Scrotum's such a ridiculous word.
It's and it's the proper word.
It is. That's
Yeah.
what the doctors call it.
Yeah, you can say scrotum on the air.
Yeah.
Right, Cor?
One of your dad's other bitches.
Careful. He has more than one?
Yeah, calls him hot sauce in reference to you. Your meat sauce, he's hot sauce. I don't allow that.
You don't?
No.
Because it means he's thinking about somebody else.
I don't like it.
Are you one of his bitches too? Like, are you in the stable
Yes.
of bitches?
Yeah, I'm
You're his main bitch.
I'm the C of the walk.
Oh, wow. Your mic's on.
Packers at Niners, 7:15. The Niners are 9.5-point favorites. Kreese, what side would you be on?
I think the Niners should handle them. I do. Now, will I bet on it? No. This microphone is getting limp.
Yeah, Blue Chew.
I just think physically, and it's so tough to get a read on Green Bay after last week's game. Of course, they played awesome. They deserve credit, especially Jordan Love. But Dallas quit. Dallas went on strike.
Yeah.
They completely refused to show up for that game, and the minute Green Bay took the lead, they quit. Niners won't.
Last week, right, the Green Bay Packers won the toss and elected to just take the ball.
Yep.
They declined the offer to defer. So, because even I said this yesterday with Lieber, I'm like, is that what you would do again? And Lieber's like 100%. If I'm the Packers and I win the toss, I go again. I just say, let's go. We got nothing to lose. So on the flip side, if you read on ProFootballTalk.com, the reporters asked Kyle Shanahan, the head coach of the Niners, what would you do if you win the toss? Like, are you going to give basically give the ball to the Packers, or what are you going to do here? Or would you defer? And he basically said, yeah, that's what he's going to keep deferring. He doesn't really care what the Packers' strategy is he would defer again.
Right. And it worked last week very well. But all it takes is Bosa coming off the edge. All of a sudden, it's 2nd and 15, and you're like, whoops.
Yeah, the 49ers are, that is a team of grown men.
Yes.
And Dallas, they showed everything they needed to last week. They just quit. The Niners will not do that. Mm-mm. But 9.5 points in the playoffs, though, that's a lot.
And both of those 9.5-point games are on the same day.
Right. I would tease both of them down.
Yeah, you would.
You're getting heavy.
You teaser.
Are you talking to the lady in Jamaica, man?
Oh, yeah. That was not teasing. That was sleazing.
Oh, awkward.
All right. More of what really matters after this on the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
The Fan. St. Paul, The Fan.
Friday on the Power Trip 641. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, Hogs.
Yes.
What's your favorite Green Day song?
Jesus of Suburbia.
Jesus of Suburbia. Yeah. That one. What about you?
Mine is from I think it's their first album, Kerplunk. 2,000 Light Years Away is a slammer. That's maybe my favorite Green Day song. I mean, When I Come Around is also great.
Kerplunk.
Yeah. Right. They like poop references.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have that in the system.
Cor?
I'd have to think it would definitely be in that 90s era, though, whether it's something off of Dookie or maybe like the, I don't know, Brain Stew Jaded kind of era as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be somewhere in there. Something in the mid-90s. All right, should we continue?
Yes.
What really matters today.
Priest on Sunday, the Buccaneers are at the Lions at 2 o'clock. The Lions under it's. What side would you be on?
I like the Buccaneers.
To win or to cover? Or maybe both?
Maybe both.
Maybe both. You like the Bucs.
Yep. They are. The Lions haven't impressed me. They're good. Their defense is not good. The Rams lost that game last week.
Yeah.
The 3 field goals in the red zone killed them. You get 1 touchdown out of that. I mean, it was a 1-point game. Just that Detroit in the second half, their offense completely went to sleep. I just think with the way the Buccaneers are playing, and they are, right now, the pressure is on Detroit. They're playing with house money. No weather involved, despite reporters thinking that.
It's going to be cold.
Yeah.
Did you hear Rosie's response to that on Common yesterday?
No.
So, Rosie, because,
To the reporter asking Todd Bowles about the weather conditions in Detroit, and he nicely said,
yeah,
well, it's a dome stadium, so we're only going to be outside for about 20 seconds.
Yep. His response was, some of these sports departments in the news world are one person or 2 people, maybe. He thinks that it could have been a situation where somebody in the news department was like, hey, somebody's got to go. Todd Bowles is speaking. We got to go to that bit. Mm-hmm. and then they sent, an intern or some
Or a news reporter, not a sports
right,
reporter.
and that's why they asked. Yeah,
Well, that's possible.
Yeah, that was Rosie's response.
That would make more sense. I feel like it's just a pretty straightforward one that it would take 30 seconds to do the research.
Yeah. And look, I would argue, let's say a station does exactly what Rosie says and says, hey, somebody's got to go down there because Todd Bowles is speaking. That doesn't mean you have to ask a question. You just have to go down there and record it.
You are correct.
Report. You don't.
I don't think I ever asked one.
We're a sports station, kind of, right? If we reverse the scenario, if there's something going on at the Capitol and Abbott's like, Cory, you got to go down there and cover that. Could I go down there with a microphone and go on the media scrums and record stuff and get audio and quote report? Sure. Do I have to go, hey, Governor Walz, and then ask the dumbest question of all time? No, you just keep your mouth shut and record it and go back to...
Right.
Yeah. You don't have to ask a question.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. When I was an intern or even a part-timer going to a bunch of Twins games, Wolves games, go for football practices, whatever, when I was grinding, getting audio for KFAN 20 years ago.
Yep.
You know how many times I actually asked a question? Almost zero.
I think I did once.
Because... There's beat reporters that are again, I remember one of my first, quote, learning experiences was going to go for football practice and Chip Scoggins asking like 15 straight questions. And I remember thinking, yeah, does this guy just think it's his press conference? And then you realize, well, yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah.
He's doing a story.
He's doing his job. The rest of us are there just getting sound bites. So Chip has every right to keep going.
He's the best.
He is the absolute best.
He's a wonderful human.
He's a super good dude.
Yeah.
But my point is unless I have an interview by myself, I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Right.
So if that's the case, if Rosie's hypothesis is correct, I would just argue then she shouldn't have asked anything at all.
Yeah.
She should have just been there to do her job and go.
Yep. Now, if Rosie was there, do you think he would have asked about Baker Mayfield's shoulder?
No, I think he would have, when she felt embarrassed for asking that question, I think he would have walked over to her and offered to mentor her.
Yeah.
Yep.
At Manny's.
And he would have said,
At
you
Manny's
have
on Friday and Saturday nights.
sexy shoulders you got there.
No, that's what he says
ask
to your
this
wife.
question. Okay. Yep. Just her.
What really matters, though, is
That's
this.
true.
Black taxis in London. You know the little black taxis?
yeah.
You know how the roof is kind of tall on those things?
Yeah.
It's because back in the earlier days, even back when they first started using those, dudes were still wearing top hats from time to time.
Yeah. We rode in a few of them, Hogs.
Top hats?
No, those taxis.
Yeah, we did, man.
Yeah, it was fun.
I like it.
Were they fake ones?
No, sadly.
I don't know why this is so
Great
fun or
website.
bizarre, but the best part about those London taxis is the jump seat where you face backwards.
Yeah.
Half the people are facing the back of the vehicle. It's like going on a little ride.
Yeah.
You get to see London backwards.
That's tough for people who get car sick.
I see London, I see France.
Right.
Like being in the old station wagons?
Yeah.
Where
Which I
they'd be in the
love.
very back?
Yeah, that was my entire childhood.
Yeah.
You could
No
watch yourself
seatbelt.
die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no
Basically,
seatbelt.
Yeah.
No seatbelt, a couple of blankets, and a Game Boy.
Yeah, correct.
Game, G-A-M-E.
Oh.
Don't cash those tickets.
No, not yet. Wait till Monday.
Last game of the weekend, Kreese, the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes at Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills at 5:30. The Bills are 2.5-point favorites.
I think Bills. Yeah. I think win and cover. Kansas City has not played well. That was another factor where just the weather, the Dolphins were like, nope, we're good.
Yeah,
we're out of this one.
Tackle.
Yeah, Kansas City hasn't been their normal selves for now. Could they turn it on finally? Perhaps. Travis Kelce isn't the same. No, I think the Bills win.
What really matters is this.
Sears once sold houses. They were kit houses that you would have to assemble yourself. The original instruction manual was 75 pages long.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's like a quarter of my Uline catalog.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen, I think you have you guys seen those videos online of the computer printed houses?
No.
That's kind of the future. These, the technology is there to basically have your entire house just created by AI in a computer. It's pretty cool.
That is sweet.
That is.
It's not the greatest looking house, but it's a functional home that they just, it takes about a day. They hit go and the thing prints out.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It is wild.
Yeah,
It's
that
pretty
is
cool to
wild.
watch. It looks like cookie dough coming out of like a cement mixer, but then it apparently is, perfectly laid out and Go ahead and get in there.
I wonder how much cheaper it is.
Don't know.
And quality wise, how's the insulation, all that stuff.
Right. How do you convince somebody to pay for a 3D printed house?
Yeah.
But we'll see. That might be the most ridiculous statement in like 30 years when every house is 3D printed. And what I just said is somehow in some documentary about how people in 2024 were stupid and couldn't see the future. Right.
That'll be us.
Yeah, that'll be us.
They used to put these things in their mouth, light them on fire, and then give themselves cancer.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The Chargers started an interview with Mike Vrabel. Remember Mike Vrabel from the Tennessee Titans?
Sure.
Yesterday, I saw that they did start an interview with him.
Has it completed?
I don't know. Could somebody let me know, though?
Come on, man. You don't know?
He might still be there.
Could you look that up, Paul? Because otherwise, it's like a 20.
Didn't forget, dude. What if they let him in a room and they forgot he was in there?
He's
Chargers
waterboarded.
Did they announce that the interview has completed? Or is it still ongoing?
12 hours ago, we've completed an interview with Mike
thank
Vrabel.
God.
I mean, nobody's seen him.
Yeah, man.
Get him some food.
What really matters is this.
Great point. Cold water is just as cleansing as hot water. You know how, like it says on your washing machine, warm or hot water or cold water? Only difference between the two is warm water requires more energy to use it. So according to this, it doesn't matter if you wash it in hot or cold water at all.
Really?
That's what it says here.
Interesting.
Yeah, me too. I don't know why I said me too. Yeah, I agree.
Isn't the old wives' tale, especially with things like socks, right? With whites, is that it's the hotter the better to get them clean? Is that not what we've always been told?
That's not the case.
I didn't know that.
Interesting.
I only have to wash my socks once a month.
That must be nice.
I get it.
I have to wash mine all the time.
Well, you're stand up.
Yeah, I would recommend just throwing those out.
Well, you know
God,
what?
I love clean socks.
Yeah, clean socks.
Getting old, man. Getting old. It's just finally admitting that new clean socks are a luxury that you're willing to pay for.
Yeah.
I remember that feeling. And especially when they were newer socks.
Oh, yeah.
How soft they were. Never again.
Now we're just rubbing it in your face.
Womp, womp.
Socks are nice.
You can still use a warm sock for something.
Good point. Just not on your feet. Cliff Kingsbury is going to interview today for the Bears offensive coordinator position. I don't know how long it's expected to go. I hope the Bears announce when the interview has completed so I can rest easy. Point is the Bears have the number one pick. Kingsbury was an offensive analyst, senior offensive analyst for the USC Trojans this year and quarterbacks coach. So he knows Caleb Williams extremely well.
Hello, I am senior office analyst.
Right. So if you are dead set on the fact that the Bears are going to keep that pick and draft Caleb Williams, it would make a lot of sense to bring Kingsbury there if they get along well. Yep. I assume that's question number one. Does Caleb Williams like you? Because if he says, no, we don't really get along that well, then the interview has concluded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're not bringing you in if he hates you.
That's the first question. So if they say that interview is started, then 3 minutes later,
it's concluded.
It's not happening.
Then Cliff's going to either say, I don't like Caleb, or Caleb doesn't like me.
Or Caleb
Come on,
sucks.
Cliff.
What really matters is this.
So steep. Scientists now believe our bodies benefit most when our sleep is consistent, not just long. So in other words, go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time as often as possible. Stay consistent.
All right, Paul,
Makes
I guess
sense.
you got to go to bed tonight at 6:30, right? When Wheel
I'm fine with
starts
that.
and Kriesel's watching Wheel and you're dozing off.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Sitting here watching the wheels go round and round.
Oh, man, absolute heartbreaker on Wheel last night. Did you see it last night?
No, it's on the DVR though, so
Well, I'm going to
will
ruin it
watch
for you. I'm gonna
that's
ruin it for
okay.
you.
Yeah.
The final puzzle, the gal guesses a couple of letters, enough where, sick brag, I had figured it out. But the problem, here's the devastating part. The answer was major blizzard. The category was event. And as soon as Pat goes, 10 seconds, go, she goes, minor blizzard. And she was very confident that it was minor blizzard. And when it wasn't right, she panicked and guessed minor everything. But the N, of course, wasn't in the first word.
Right.
So she couldn't get out of her head that it was minor blizzard.
So it was M and R were
Exactly. Yeah. So blizzard was the hard word.
because
out
you
of
get locked in.
But she had it, guessed minor blizzard, and Pat's like, you could tell he was like, you're going to hate this because
What was in the envelope?
$40K.
Okay.
$40,000. I don't know if minor blizzard is a thing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
That is not a blizzard.
We're going to have a minor blizzard.
She wasn't from the north.
But it's TV, and you got to give her credit. She panicked. She couldn't think that it could be major blizzard, and it cost her $40,000.
And you're yelling at the TV. That's the...
Just for perspective, the grand prize on a nationally syndicated show called Wheel of Fortune was $40,000. One of our listeners gets a crack at $57,000 today at 8:15.
Hell yeah, man.
For perspective, thanks to St. Paul Federal Credit Union. $57K. Now, getting major blizzard, a little easier than guessing the initials combo, but still, we give away more money than Wheel of Fortune. Mark it down. Maybe not today, but at some point that money's going.
Yeah, at some point we will.
And we are getting very close to Chris and your bet, right? 60-something, right? Did Power Trip bets ever confirm?
61.5.
All right,
Did I pay you?
61,500 is the over-under.
Sir.
Oh, crap. I'm sorry, dude.
And Sauce, you
all right,
have
man.
the over?
I have the over,
You have
yeah.
the
What is
over.
that, 8 weeks?
Yep,
from
so
now?
you need it to go another 2+ months, and then you win. What'd you guys bet?
100.
That's it? That's a long
I
bet
think.
for $100.
I don't know.
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares, right? Hey, Hawk, I won that bet too. Z doesn't care.
Pay him.
Yeah, he doesn't.
What really matters, though, is this.
I'm not allowed to write slut stuff on Venmo.
So can I ask?
thought that was...
You
What
can't
really
write
matters.
slut stuff?
No, I wrote because
They block
I
it?
owe him $200, and it says I have to put something else in there.
So can I ask you guys
Try
a question?
SLUTT. Remember, I used to do this all the time on NTN when you try to get like a dirty name up on the board.
NTN was sweet.
Sometimes you just have to spell it a little bit differently.
Have to be creative.
Let me hold on, Hugs. Let me give you. I paid somebody in Venmo the other day who's going to do some work at our house.
Hot ass Randy, just say
No,
it.
I don't. No. Hot ass. No.
Because of the lizard people thing?
Yeah. Yeah, lizard people don't need money.
The shadow aliens?
Yeah, the shadow aliens, the moon base, the whole bit. And in their document that they wrote out of how they want to get paid is they said they need an upfront fee, right? Just a holder retainer kind of bit. And they said, if you pay me on Venmo, please write family and friends in the description, and I don't have to pay a fee. So I guess if you write family and friends, then if I paid you for a bet and I wrote family and friends, you don't pay like the 2% fee or whatever it is.
I didn't think that was an option on
I didn't either.
Venmo. On PayPal, it is.
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
on
but it
PayPal,
said Venmo.
You
It said
select it,
Venmo.
though. It's an option. You don't type it in.
It's set on Venmo.
It says, is this a business or a service? Or is this money for family and friends? And you select family and friends, and then they don't have to pay a fee for it. So
Interesting.
Did you try the SLU double T?
He paid me for slutty stuff.
SLUTTY?
Yeah.
So
But they let
slutty
that
stuff
in.
goes through, but slut stuff doesn't.
right.
I guess, yeah.
Which I think this is actually proper to say slutty stuff. Slut stuff. Is it? So maybe it just was correct in your grammar.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Venmo is very proper.
Yes. We'll do the news in a second. Marnie Gellner should be here in like 15 minutes. Charch will be here in an hour. He's playing initials at 8:15. Kreese, you got to go at what, 7:20?
Yep.
All right, so we got one more segment out of Johnny Kriesel after this on the fan.
Anyway, I don't need your